So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to bring you a video I've been promising for a little bit. Earlier on in the month, I talked about things that were better on a game called Pro Evolution Soccer than on FIFA. Traditionally, FIFA is always the one that most football fans go for, but PES over the years has been improving quite a lot, and I talked about some of the stuff in the game, in terms of gameplay and other little modes and stuff that were better than in FIFA. However, today, I'm a career mode channel, traditionally, so we're going to be talking about PES's career mode alternative called Master League and why it is better than FIFA career mode. Hands down, okay? This game mode is so much better than career mode, okay? So much more thought has gone into it. I would definitely recommend it if you are simply an offline player when it comes to football games. To go on to enjoy this video though, slap a like on it and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Number one, we've got manager customization. On FIFA career mode, you have a choice of, I think, 9 manager presets when you go into a new save, and as I've mentioned many a time on this channel, it's quite limited in terms of complexions and just generally making someone that looks like yourself, especially when the majority of people who play FIFA probably aren't in their 50s like all the presets are. On Master League, you can actually create the face of your own manager and make it look like you. It's such a simple thing. It's technology that FIFA and EA have when it comes to career mode because you can create players, however you can't create the face of your manager, something I've always been a little bit baffled by, but it would be nice to have this in FIFA career mode. It's already in PES. You can change the facial hair, the complexion, even details like the shape of someone's nose, how high it is on their face, all that stuff. Number 2, we've got monthly stats reports. At the end of each month, your assistant manager compiles a list of the best and worst performing players and all of their stats, like in detail, to actually show to you who is playing best in your team, so you can adapt your squad, your lineup accordingly. It's so good. It's so in detail. Obviously, on career mode on FIFA, you do have your squad hub. You can see a lot of stats, but it's a lot less in detail than PES's monthly squad reports, I've got to say. So again, another example of Konami putting a little bit more effort maybe into career mode and its presentation. Something you would see, I imagine, in real life, your assistant manager compiling a report of how well your players are doing, both in training and out on the pitch as well. Number 3, we've got testimonials for retiring players. You can actually set up testimonials on Pro Evolution Soccer Master League. How sick is that? When a hero of your club decides it's time to hang up their boots, you can set up a special game for them at your stadium, pick out whatever players you like, including legends that are licensed on PES, and you can actually have a testimonial for them. How sick would that be in career mode, okay? EA, if you're listening, make it happen. Put testimonials in the game. They can include the icons that are on the game. You could compile, like, for instance, if you've got a Liverpool legend that's retiring, you could have people like Steven Gerrard and Jamie Carragher and stuff involved. You could maybe have some AC Milan icons or AC Milan based icons involved in the game, as well as the players that currently play for Liverpool. You could actually make a starting 11 for each team and play it out. It can maybe earn you a bit more revenue when it comes to your transfer budget or whatever from tickets sold and all that stuff. It would be so good. And again, it's in PES. They're a long way in the future compared to career mode, trust me. Number 4, we've got an entirely better tactic system. The tactic system on PES is actually so much better than EA and career mode. It's actually a joke. So for a start, you can have a fluid tactic system. So when you're in possession of the ball, you can have certain shapes, you can have certain amounts of width and depth, you can even have a different formation based on whether you're in possession of the ball or not, which is something you can't do on FIFA or on career mode. In fairness, they have implemented a much more in-depth tactic system for FIFA this year. However, it doesn't work very well because when you change between, say, defensive and balanced, your formation goes all over the place. You've got players playing in the wrong position, a bug that still hasn't been fixed by EA and by FIFA, what, 4 months now after the game has actually come out. Pro Evolution Soccer's PES works a lot better than that, just generally speaking, and there's more stuff that you can do do with it as well. You even get a little rating to show how good your team will perform with the actual tactics that you're running. So at the top right of the graphic, you'll see a number, and that suggests how well your team will play on counter-attacking style or possession football, for example. And on top of that, the actual individual overalls of the players change depending on what position they're in as well, which is so good. Something that used to be in career mode on old games as well. It was also based on form. I don't think PES has a form-based rating system, but it definitely has a positional one. Again, something that should be easily implementable into career mode. I don't know if that was a word, but I'm hoping it was somewhere along the line. And stuff like that works really well with point number 5, which is called coach mode. So for those that don't know, on PES, you don't have to play the game, but you also don't have to completely skip it in terms of simming like you would on FIFA career mode. You can actually do something called coach mode, where you can basically watch the game happen in front of you. It's like visual sim back in the day, but more enhanced. The only difference is you can't actually intercept the game, I don't think, at any point. If you can, then that's incredible. I don't think that is possible though. But what I will say is those tactical changes that you make that I was talking about before, where you've got maybe a player out of position, that will actually affect the game a lot more if you're wanting to use coach mode. And the thing is, if you want to play like Football Manager, you can actually do that for every single game if you wanted to. If you can't be bothered to play the game, then sure, whatever, but it's a good little way of being able to play basically career mode like FIFA, or deciding, you know what, actually I don't want to play it like FIFA, I want to play it like Football Manager. You've got the choice there to be able to do whatever you like. Coach mode is great though. You'll be seeing it in the background. You can get loads of in-depth stats. You can really analyze the game. You get like heat maps, you get offside lines, you get actual like dots that represent the players on the pitch. You can see how many touches each player has had whilst you're watching the game. It updates it live, or you can just pretend you're sat in the stands and actually watch the game happen. You can fast forward it as well. So if you don't want to be sat there for a full 10-15 minutes watching a game, you can skip it at like ×3 speed and it might only take 5 or 6 minutes instead. Number 6, we've got skill training based on attributes and also normal training as well, but I've probably just put skill training on the actual graphic instead of all of that. So you can actually train players to be able to do certain skill moves or have certain little flair traits based on their actual attributes. So say a player has 90 dribbling or something, they're eligible to be trained for a certain skill move, for example, like a Ronaldo chop or whatever. Lots of different types of things, really. I think it's more than just skill moves. I think you can apply stuff like traits, really, like you'd have in career mode, like giant throw-in and stuff like that. But it's a really good way of actually utilizing training and utilizing players' attributes, because you can't change stuff like skill moves or weak foots or train traits into people on FIFA career mode. One of the most infuriating things is you can't actually add traits or stuff like that unless you have the cheat engine, obviously, on PC. I've got to say, normal training, generally speaking, on PES is really good because you can mold your players into certain types of player out on the pitch. It's really good, and that is very useful for youth academies. This is going to be, I think, point number 7. I can't remember. Point number 7, I believe, yeah, is you can mold your youth academy players, or just young players, generally speaking, so much easier because it has presets there for you. You don't have to be constantly balancing and thinking about attributes that you're going to train in training drills like on career mode, or there might be certain instances where you can't train certain things at the same time. Whereas on PES, you can just slap, I don't know, Playmaker on someone and it'll train the right stats for you. It's just such an easier system than FIFA career mode has. I don't know why EA didn't implement that sort of thing. Point number 8 is one that I love, and it's pretty much the total club management that we were asking for when EA said they were going to bring it in FIFA 17. You can set certain aspects to go to certain areas of your budget, okay? So stuff like merchandise, ticket sales, season tickets, all of that stuff. You can decide where it goes. You can decide whether it gets saved. You can decide whether it goes to your transfer budget or whether it goes to your wage budget. For a start, you actually get that money. You don't even get that money on career mode on FIFA. It just goes into the wilderness. It's a completely aesthetic feature. Nobody cares about it. It's just extremely lazy more than anything. But on PES, that money actually goes to you, but you can decide where it goes. You can funnel it in to whatever you may need. If you're running low on wages, you you can pump everything into the wage budget. That might allow you or enable you to bring in another free agent or a player on loan, for example. And the final thing I'm going to talk about today is squad roles, and it actually is such a good feature. It creates some sort of unique element to the players that you actually got in your club. So each player has the eligibility for a squad role based on their personality traits and also based on their attributes as well. You've got the sort of irrelevant ones like youth prospect and protege and stuff, but as you rise higher and higher, you've got star ratings and you get to stuff like superstar or legend status or whatever, and they actually influence and impact how your team plays and the cohesion between all your players. There's ones that work a lot more negatively. Superstar isn't a great one for team cohesion, but it's a very good one for budgets and also bringing in players through transfers. Bad boy as well is really bad. Actually has a negative influence on team cohesion, but has really good positives elsewhere. That would be a sort of Mario Balotelli type, for example. And each squad role even has an enhanced ability to influence stuff when you make that player the captain of your club. So finally, you've got a situation where actually making a player captain is worth something. That, though, for me, is a list of the 9 things that I think make Pro Evolution Soccer Master League head and shoulders better than FIFA Career Mode. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below, and if there's anything I've missed out in this video, then drop it down there as well. Slap a like on the video if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media these days too. My Twitter and Insta are at @theofficialfng, and links are down below. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.